Hey everybody, Austin back again. Taking a quick look at Shadowgate for the PC, which actually just released about 2 days ago as of recording this. I figured I would sort of just try to play the game, try to figure it out, and sort of give you my first impressions and show you what the game's like. I actually haven't played this yet. I mean, I did start a new game just to test fraps to see how the performance would go. But aside from that, I haven't really dived into this game at all. This was a Kickstarter backed game. I believe it came out, geez, I think the Kickstarter came out around probably about 2 years ago, in 2012. I think Zojoi, the company that created this game, I believe they gave themselves about a year to make it and release it. It ended up getting delayed, although as a Kickstarter backer myself, it didn't really feel like it was getting delayed because they kept adding more stuff to it and making it bigger and better and adding cooler features like the retro mode here, which was something that I don't think that was really planned from the get-go. And you can actually select the audio as retro and it'll play the Nintendo Entertainment System versions of the soundtrack. And in case you guys are familiar with the original Shadowgate, one of the original Shadowgates, mostly the NES version, that's the one I think a lot of us played, is all the, or at least a lot of the music in this game is modern, remixed, sort of cinematic scoring of the original Japanese created NES soundtrack. So it's really cool that they were able to put options in like this. And yeah, despite them delaying the game quite a bit, and again, as a Kickstarter backer, it didn't feel like it. And as of a couple days ago, this game is out. And I'm really excited to see what this game has to offer. As a big fan of the NES Shadowgate. So, without further delay, let's go ahead and get into the game. We'll just poke around for a little bit. And it looks like you've got difficulty modes, which is interesting because you didn't have that in the old versions. I think even the old computer versions, I don't think they had difficulty modes. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I had Shadowgate on DOS, but I can never get it to work quite right. So I really only ever played the NES version in its entirety. So, but yeah, difficulty modes. We're gonna leave it on Journeyman to start off. For casual adventurers, contains harder puzzles and less forgiving gameplay. Apprentice, for first-time adventurers, contains the easiest puzzles and most forgiving gameplay. For casual, for experienced adventurers and closest to the classic version, contains the hardest puzzles and least forgiving gameplay. Well, if it's the closest to the classic version, I actually kind of want to play Master, because I'm really familiar with Shadowgate on the NES. I can just bolt through that, so let's just see what happens. If we can't get past the first room because it's so damn hard, then I'll go back and put it on Journeyman. So here's the intro. We'll go ahead and watch it together.
Certainly it shall be these things. But for you, young Jer Cuthaka, soldier of Windermere, could it not be so much more? In dreams, I have come to you, beseeching, entreating. Ride south, boy. Take naught but a dirk, a torch, courage. Ride south from Rivellin, around the southern arm, through the Waven Fair Wood, past Myrithsath, beyond the citadel of Murlak Tor, and the spires of Gimdane, and the darkness of Tarketh's Pass. There you shall find my stone in wait. Under the shade of the mountain range, none have entered, either on foot, on mount, on wing. Gatekeeper, the oldest of spires, it harbors that which has been spoken of in whispers and ascribed to legend. Shadowgate, the living castle. But all is not as it should be. One of our own is now our great bane, a blight upon us. He has brought the ancient keep low, and it now lies fallow. It is there that you will find me, Blackmere of the Circle of 12. It is there that you will find this great quest. It is there that you will find yourself.
So there we have it, the introduction of the game. I kind of like how they do the cinematics in this game. It's sort of like two-dimensional, hand-drawn pictures, just sort of shifting in and out slowly, and what's the term? Transposing on top of one another. I don't know the correct film term for it, but it's pretty cool. It's a little simplistic, but I like the art style a lot. And when I saw the previews for this and the Kickstarter, I was like, oh man, this brings back so many memories. I mean, like this screen right here, for instance, is basically the same screen that you would experience when you would first play Shadowgate, either on the computer or the NES or the Game Boy Color or whatever. And the art style, sort of revamping those screens I was familiar with, just really struck me as being really cool. So, hey you, it's me, the Skull. Click on the take command above and then click on me. Okay, so they're telling me how to do this. Okay, just like the NES one, or the other version. I'm not going to just say NES, just like the old Shadowgate. That's what I'll refer to it as now. So thanks, I've been stuck here for ages. You can call me Yorick. I'll be up here on your left from now on. I guess he's the tutorial guide. You'll notice that there are a number of buttons running along the top. Gotcha. These are the commands you could perform on everything in the adventure. Gotcha. Just click a command and an item, and you're on your way to completing your quest. Okay. So I guess there's no double clicking on things. I think I tried that really quick when I did my test run earlier. Without the tutorial, mind you. So nothing was telling me what to do. So look down there where I was laying. Looks like a key. You should probably take that. Just like the original computer game, and well, just like the original Shadowgate, the first thing you had to do on that first screen was there's a locked door. And how do we close out of this? Oh, well, take. It's telling me what to do. It's a tutorial. So essentially, while I'll explain it once this is done. Items that you take are stored in your inventory. Click on the satchel in the lower left. Okay, so we click on that to go to the inventory. It looks like the blah 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 blah. Great. Okay. So we click on the use command and click on the item we want. And that's weird that you have to close the inventory. And could we close U window? Use key on what? I want to use the key on the damn door because that's what's supposed to happen. But this window, go away window. Go the F away. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. Oh, use the dirk. See, the last time I tried this, I was on the apprentice, or not the apprentice, but the middle skill mode. And essentially what happened is you just picked up the key and you used it on the door, just like you did in the original Shadowgate. So, you found a helm. Click on the take command, and then the helm to place it in inventory. Actually, I think the helm was probably still there, and I didn't even notice it was a helmet. I thought it was just like a rock or something. So we're going to use the take command, and we're going to go ahead and take it. Okay, so we're probably going to end up using that later on in the game. Not that we're going to really get there in this play, but in the original Shadowgate, almost every item in the game on the playfield that you see that can be picked up will be used at some point throughout the game. Unless, well, even just like little like pebbles and rocks you pick up are important later on in the game. It's just crazy how they, combine all this stuff together and connect it all together. Okay, so you see that portrait on the top right? That's you or thyself. You can equip the helm you just found by first clicking on the helm in the outfit tab. Outfit tab of the inventory. Okay, outfit. Okay, so it looks like he's got it equipped now. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now we're going to use the key on the door. You can see the door is sort of pulsing over here, which is, you know, this is sort of like the tutorial mode telling me what to do. Now, the one thing I don't like is when you go to the inventory and you click use, and you click on the item you want to use, like, you would think that it would just close this window out for you. That would make a lot more sense. But it doesn't. You've got to do it manually, which is kind of annoying, I think. I think that's just, yeah. So we just click the door, double click it, click the go command. Now you don't have to actually click the go command, you can actually just double click the door and you'll go through it. But what I wanted to explain first before we go through this door, because we're not going to go back, is in the original Shadowgate, this scene was actually a little bit different. You had a door and it was locked, but you were like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Well, there was actually, at least in the NES version, there was a skull at the top of the door, and you would click open on it, and the skull would rise up, and that's where the key would be hidden away. You would take the key by using the take command, and then use the key on the door, and then it would open the door. It was like basically you're stuck right in the beginning of the game. There's a puzzle right immediately from the get-go. You can't progress until you figure out the puzzle, and that's how Shadowgate is like. So let's go ahead and just double-click and go through. Okay, so we got the torches, just like in the original Shadowgate. In the original Shadowgate, torches are sort of like your time, and when your torches run out, it's game over. Basically, everything's pitch black, and that's it. I don't know if it does the same thing in this. I'm assuming it does. So let's get through the tutorial. I'm getting kind of annoyed by this tutorial now. It's a little forbearing. Not forbearing, that's the wrong word. Overbearing is what I meant to say. And I don't know if there's just a way to turn off the tutorial. Maybe in settings. So, options. Yeah, crap. I don't think there's a way to turn it off right now. Which sucks, because I'd like to turn off the tutorial right now. Unless I'm doing something wrong. Alright, well, we've got to be baby fed our progress through the game, so well, that brightened things up. Let's take the torch you just lit to replace your torch. Okay, got it. There's a lever. I don't see a lever. Unless I'm... Oh, there's a lever. I'm looking where the old torch was. Okay, got it. Use thyself on an object. How you interact with it will depend on what that object is. You might operate it, wear it, search it, or directly interact with it in some other way. Like the lever you just pulled. Use thyself. I don't really understand what they mean by that. Just, how about just use? Okay, that's weird. Alright. Look, you found another key. You'll have to figure out what this one goes to on your own. But before you continue, there are just a few more things I want to show you. The parchment down in the left corner next to your inventory is your map. Click to open it. Oh, okay, so that's cool. I don't think there was a map in the original. Your map keeps track of everywhere you've been, blah, blah, blah. Click the X to close the map. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. I do like that a lot. The original didn't have a map as far as I'm aware, so you had to map things out by hand. Although it wasn't that complicated to remember where you were in the original because it wasn't that expansive, to be honest with you. Who knows how expansive this one will be. This map doesn't look absolutely huge, but on the other hand, it's like... Actually, it looks like it probably could be pretty big, so... Alright, cool. And it looks like you could zoom in and zoom out. The zooming function's a little rough, I have to admit. It just kind of zooms in and zooms out, no smooth zoom. So the game definitely does have a few shortcomings like that in terms of the polish department. But overall, I mean, I'm glad they have this option in here. That's great. So, okay. Back button. Oh, that's the back. Oh, that doesn't even look like an arrow. Now I could tell it's an arrow. It's telling me to look at this arrow in the bottom right. Okay, gotcha. Well, that's it for now, but you can always speak to me if you need some advice. Okay, so there's a speak command. So go ahead and take this key. And realistically, what I probably should do is save my progress. Because if you have never played a Shadowgate before, Shadowgate is known for deaths and dying a lot. And I'm assuming if you die and you haven't saved your progress, it's probably game over. And yeah. So I find it really odd because when I first got to this, there was like a sort of introduction when I came into this room. A guy was talking to me just like in the classic Shadowgate. But it's not happening right now. So we're going to go ahead and take this torch though. And let's view our inventory. So now, essentially what happened in the original Shadowgate is when your torch was running low, you can use an existing torch in your inventory to relight it. Or, sorry, use the old torch to relight the new one right here, and then your time would essentially be extended. So, and you would get a lot of torches throughout the course of the game, so hopefully we don't have much to worry about in terms of time running out. So, okay, I guess let's, oh, that's right. Okay, there's a carpet here. In the original one, you could burn the carpet. It worked. Haha. Alright, nice. Okay, we got some rocks. Let's see if we could take some rocks. Oh, it's a coin, not a rock. Coins are good too. We definitely used coins in the original Shadowgate. Let's see what, look. What is this? It's difficult to tell if the sling has... Oh, it's a sling. Okay. We used the sling in the original Shadowgate, so let's take it. And it's interesting they throw all this stuff at you right at the beginning. The circular hatch is made of a strange stone set securely within a mortared base. A low hum of power emanates from within. Despite your best efforts, you cannot open the hatch. It seems magically sealed. Okay, so a couple issues I have so far with the game is that some background objects look like they're just a part of the background. It's really hard to tell that it's something you should interact with. Now, I guess I'm not going to be able to, like, weigh my opinion on it too hard right now because this is, like, the second screen I've played of the game. I don't know if I'll get used to it as the game progresses. I don't know if it's going to be a good or bad thing for the game, but I can picture myself getting lost very easily because I just decide not to interact with things in the background that don't look like they should be interacted with. Like this supposedly door sort of thing here. I would think it would sort of stick out more or something like that, but it doesn't. Like this switch here is a little bit better. It's slightly discolored from the rest of the scene, but this is just the same color as everything else. So, but you can apparently interact with it. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. The door is locked and therefore will not open. So let's see if this other key works. The door is locked and therefore will not... Okay. Let's try this again. You struggle with both hands to turn the key in the stubborn lock. A satisfying click echoes through the chamber. I'm assuming that means it works. The door easily swings open. There we go. There he is. What's up, buddy?
I was a fool to send a child to do that which even the vaunted Circle of 12 could not. Contain my growing power. Come if you wish. It makes little difference. Seal your fate within this living castle of the dead.
Alright, so let's go forward. And is this going to be the book room? No, it's not. A dead body. I wonder what killed him. He should search his remains. He won't mind, and sometimes you could find useful items on corpses. Open or use thyself. So let's open the dead body. Open the dead body. Look on that. Oh, it is the book room. Okay, okay. That's not just any ordinary book. You can learn spells by reading certain books and scrolls. Go on and open this one up and see what it says. So let me save my progress. I thought the tutorial wasn't going to bug me anymore. This particular book hums with a strange power. Let's read what is written. Look at the book. You scan the ancient manuscript, noticing most of the language is unintelligible. However, the particular words stand out from the rest. Invoke, basically. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph glowing with power and quickly write down the strange marking in your spell book. You have learned a spell. Spells of blah blah blah, spells of this and that, spells and that. So inventory, spells. Cool, there's a new spell. You can keybind anything in your inventory, including York, thyself, and your torch to the 0. Oh, okay, that's cool. I don't want to bind a key right now, but okay, we'll do it just because you're telling me, man. Getting tired of your shenanigans. Oh, control 1. Okay, that's interesting. Now, anytime you want to use this spell, you can press the number 1 key to select it. Try using your new key binding to cast the spell on that statue. Okay. 1. Use the invoke spell on the statue. Okay. Interesting. This is definitely a little bit different than the classic Shadowgate. Blah 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 blah. I'll read that when I play this game by myself, but I don't want to bore you guys too much more. Let's take the scroll. It's not letting me take it. Use your torch on the scroll to burn it. Okay. No, I'm using my damn torch on the damn scroll. Thank you. The game seems a little clunky in certain regards. Like I had click use. I clicked on the torch, but it didn't register. And so when I went to go click on the scroll, it thought I wanted to use the scroll when I had already clicked on the torch. So I don't know if it's just like the general selection box area. Like maybe I have to click up by the fire, or maybe down by the stem, or I don't know. It seems a little picky. So double click a command to lock it. You can then perform that command multiple times without reselecting it. Oh, okay. Got it. Oh, if you want me to quiet down, yes, please. I want to hit you upside the head. Shut up, asshole. Alright. You'll keep his comments down to a minimum. That's clever. Let's go ahead and save it, and let's see if alright, well, in the classic Shadowgate, essentially what would happen is if you take the book, the floor below you would pretty much disappear, and you would die. The earth rumbles beneath your feet. In an instant, the rock floor gives away, sending you tumbling down a long vertical shaft. While the abrupt impact from the landing doesn't kill you, 10 tons of stone from the broken floor finish the job. So it's like the original Shadowgate, where it doesn't...
'Tis a sad thing that your adventures have ended here.
So that was pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to play any further, guys. You guys should have a general idea of what Shadowgate is like, and I hope you enjoyed this sort of first impressions video. But in regards to that last note, is, you know, where we died essentially, is in the original Shadowgate. There was no animation or anything when you died. It would just give you a wall of text, or like in that case in the original version, the floor would open up. It wouldn't show you actually falling through the floor or something like that. And what I found interesting was I read some articles online, and they were like, "Oh, the deaths in this game are gruesome." And it's like, well, is it really gruesome if you don't see it? This is really a true throwback to the original Shadowgate, which I think is great. I actually kind of like that they don't show you actually falling and dying and your throat getting cut open or something like that. There was a game, a sequel to Shadowgate these guys made for the TurboGrafx CD back in the day, and it might have been on the computers as well, I'm not sure, but it was called Return to Shadowgate, or was it Beyond Shadowgate? One of the two, something like that. But essentially, it was more third person, not first person. It was still an adventure game, point and click adventure. But when you died in that game, it was like they showed the blood gushing out and stuff like that. It was kind of, yeah, not one for the squeamish. But this game sort of keeps it sort of respectable in a way, and sort of leaves you to imagine what the text is telling you, which I think is kind of cool. It's good that the game lets you come up with the death scenes in your own head and let it scare you a lot or scare you very little, which I think is pretty cool. So it leaves it up to the player to decide, essentially. So yeah, Shadowgate, if you like what you see, I highly recommend checking it out. You can actually download a DRM free version on some website. I'm not sure where. I should have done my research before getting this. But I am currently playing it on Steam, and it's about 20 bucks on Steam. Fortunately, us Kickstarter backers had to pay a lot less. Mine was $10 because I backed it on Kickstarter 2 years ago. But yeah, you can get it for 20 bucks on Steam, and obviously it's a Steam game, so if you don't buy it immediately, you can wait. It'll probably go on sale at some time. But it's really cool. If you've never played the original Shadowgate, I do recommend checking this out. It's a really clever adventure game that it's not, I don't want to say it's super hardcore, like, I don't know. I was able to figure out a lot of Shadowgate on my own when I was young, whereas a lot of like the Sierra point-and-click adventure games were a lot tougher and a lot more cryptic. Granted, Shadowgate can be a little cryptic too, but it gives you enough hints. It's some of the things make sense, some of the things don't make sense, and you'll need a walkthrough. And it's a lot of trial and error in this game. A lot of screens will have you with a choice of one of two paths, and one path might kill you. So it's like, okay, if I take this path that kills me, okay, I know not to take that one next time. I'll take the other path, assuming it doesn't kill you too. So, you know, it's kind of easy. Well, it's easier to piece things together than the average point-and-click adventure game, I'd say. My only concern is, like I mentioned when I was in that second screen, is things blending into the backgrounds that maybe I'm supposed to be using. Again, I haven't played this game enough to sort of weigh in on that, but that could become a problem down the road. Either way, I think a lot of the other things about this game are cool. The backing music and soundtrack is great. I like this title theme right here is a remix of the original main play theme in the NES version of Shadowgate, which is great. Very iconic theme as far as video game music is concerned, if you ask me. So, and I like the graphical style. Like, you know, it's simple, but it's effective. So, but there you have it, guys. Shadowgate for the PC. I think it's also on Mac. Might be on Mac. If you have a Mac, check it out there as well. But yeah, I want to say thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, don't favorite, because I don't know why you'd want to do that. But definitely subscribe if you like what I do here. And I'll be back with some more videos sometime soon. So until then, guys, take care.